Hi, everybody, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And if this is Friday, then it's Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges. It's my weekly forecast for relationships, love situations, things like that. And I basically do a reading for each of the elemental signs of the zodiac. Well, each one as in air, fire, water, and earth. So we're going to get started right away. And of course, I am using the fabulous Modern Love Tarot, Exploring the Many Facets of Love by Ethany. It's a very beautiful deck. The art is by Linda Morningstar, and there's a quite thick guidebook. If you're interested in giving love readings for yourself or for others, I highly recommend this deck because it just has some fabulous new ideas about how to read the tarot just exclusively for relationships and love readings. But to get back to our reading, we are working with the overall general idea that, not everything is exactly about love, but it may be about relationships of various sorts. And we pull 3 cards and we ask, with the first card, what emotion or feeling is coming to us? The second card, why is this important? The third card, where will it lead to? And so as I mentioned, we do the elemental signs in order. So we're going to start off with the air signs. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So once again, what is coming to you guys, emotionally speaking? The essence or energy that may be seen here. All right. And the first card is the reversed Ace of Wands. And I'm thinking this could be saying that there is a new or relatively new friendship or relationship that maybe hasn't quite gotten off of the ground or is having some minor situations. If it's really new and if it started online, then maybe the sense of, getting to a meetup or something like that has been a little bit delays, things like that happening. But the focus is about this idea of, a friendship or a relationship that's not quite getting off the ground. So why is that important? Card 2. It's the Queen of Pentacles. And that tells me that either one of you in the situation probably could really benefit by this relationship, whether it's an actual romantic relationship or just a friendly, growing one. You see the portents of that there. That somehow this friendship is very important. And maybe, of course, it's just a situation or relationship. Maybe it's not people necessarily. Maybe it's your new assignment in a work situation or a new, project you've taken on. It brings a sense of care to you. It orders you. It makes you maybe more creative. It makes you see ways to relax, nurture, and heal yourself. And I think you're going to find that's really important. So where is it leading to, air signs? Interesting. It's the 7 of Cups. And it's reversed. And the 7 of Cups says we kind of find our dream. We kind of figure out where we want to go. We kind of pursue the ideal or situation that really, should be the one that would be of most avail. So I literally love that. I love that. So we're going to finish off then with a affirmation for the air signs. And I use the Universal Love set by Tony Carmine Salerno for the affirmation. I just draw a card, basically. retreat. How appropriate in a way, eh? I had suggested that maybe, it wasn't necessarily about a human relationship. The angel in this image is asking that you retreat. Have you been trying too hard to make something happen? Remember, when something you strive for feels constantly out of reach, or you're faced with obstacles, it does not necessarily mean that you are on the wrong path. Setbacks are often here to help us. Maybe you could change your emphasis or approach. Maybe it's simply a question of timing. Clear your mind. Forget about the issues at hand for a while. Know that in retreat, you will find the answer, and that all happens with divine timing. I like that. I think it kind of works into the idea that maybe we might have been trying to force a relationship or a situation, or we might have been putting more emphasis there and it was just not doing anything. And we really needed to find a way to nurture this, or to nurture ourselves, because ultimately that retreat, that distancing, would help us find our creative solutions or projects to focus on, or success in that matter. So that was it for the air signs. And we're going to move on now to the fire signs. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This one's for you. So once again, for the fire signs, we are asking, first of all, what emotion or feeling is coming to you, and then why is it important, and where will it lead to? So the first card is the Magician reversed. And maybe from an emotional or relationship feel, we don't feel we're in control. We don't feel we have an energy to make something happen we really want to happen. We don't have our wish power, if you want to call it that. And so that could be about, a new relationship or something that we really like, that we want to be able to develop more. So why is this important? And it's the Page of Wands reversed. And of course, it could be about some news that we were hoping to get. Maybe it is about, this situation. I mean, I almost wonder if this isn't necessarily fire signs about relationships with people, romantic or otherwise. I wonder if this is maybe about projects or enterprises, about higher education or things that stimulate the mind or are growthful in some ways, challenges. So it's important because with the Page of Wands reversed, it may be saying this is a situation we can't really move ahead, we can't do anything with, and maybe we should consider that it's not going to work out. So where does it actually lead to? And it's the Hermit. Dang. And the Hermit's upright. And maybe this is saying whatever the situation is, it's going to work out better if we kind of go back to our own sense of it. Maybe like we just back off totally. Maybe it's a period of meditation or introspection over it. Or maybe it's just, pulling away from it because we know it's not going to work out and we think we should figure out something different we're going to focus on. So vague but not vague in a way. Fire signs, what kind of affirmation might be helpful now? Let's ask the Universal Love deck what you should consider. Fear. Fear has crept into your life in some way and is preventing you from experiencing something beautiful. Though fear is a natural part of life, often we suppress it and deny its existence. This creates a situation where we fear the very feeling of it. You are being asked to acknowledge your fear, then embrace it, rather than have it embrace you. Release it and allow your natural beauty to shine. Know that love is the opposite of fear. Allow love to guide you. Trust you are always protected by its light. And I could see that, that the Magician reversed, feeling disempowered and feeling the non-success that's happening is scared of that. But the Hermit card says we can ultimately embrace that and move on. And that hopefully those words, make a difference then. So let's move on to the water signs. And water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This one's for you. What emotional energy, vibration, essence, situation seems to be coming towards you, water signs? It's the reversed Seven of Pentacles. At water signs, this is a sign for you to realize that maybe something that you had thought about just not really wanting to deal with, or just sort of lackluster feeling, or just sort of kind of being lazy about it, but now something is coming to you that makes you feel like you got game, or that maybe you need to advance this notion and something romantic. So water signs may find that there's something possibly romantic or emotional going on. It's a new friendship that maybe just has a strong feeling about it, but for some reason up until now you didn't want to really do something about it. If it's not a person in particular, maybe it's about a way of expressing yourself emotionally, and that maybe you just sort of were holding back from feeling like you wanted to express something at this time. So why is that important? Ow! Five of Swords reversed. Oh my God. That really is hard to put in context here. But maybe you really feel like this is a real do or die challenge, in that you can't really take prisoners. You really have to go all the way for it. You know, you have to hold all the cards, or you have to be the ultimate dominator here. In more realistic terms, if we're not talking about people, you have to be the person who is right about the actions you are choosing. If it's about really a different expression or a different way of handling or an emotional relationship problem or situation, you pretty much have to, it's important that you understand that you either hold more power, or you may have to take the actual ultimate step. So why? Where does it lead to? Where does it lead to? And it's the Six of Pentacles. It's reversed. Well, where it leads, I guess, is to a dissolution of something, a sort of an ending of a sort. I know traditionally this could be talking about selfless giving in a sense, but maybe this is saying really that it's the opposite of that, that where it leads to is sort of like really casting aside all of that and sort of moving into kind of a more barren territory, water signs. So it really sounds kind of, you know, like a breakup of a relationship or a situation. So for you, the water signs, I give this affirmation again from the Universal Love Oracle. And it is embrace. A new and exciting opportunity is about to come your way. Embrace it. You are also being asked to embrace the different aspects of your personality. Make a list of everything about you, the many facets and qualities that make you the dynamic person you are. Make no distinction between what you consider desirable or undesirable. Simply list everything that would describe you, then embrace all these with love. Embrace all of who you are. The universe and all of creation will then be able to fully embrace you. And you know, it seems like maybe the water signs have some real dynamic turning point or change. They have something important to say or do, and they feel, you know, that maybe it really topples the apple cart. Maybe it breaks up people or situations, or maybe it makes profound new statements about them that no one understands. But embrace that, because it will be embraced back. I'm going to go on to the earth signs then. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And so once again, we will ask those questions. What emotion or feeling is coming to the earth signs? Why it is important? Where it will lead to? I really love the Modern Love Tarot. I occasionally swap in another deck, the Final Rose Tarot, which is also romantically themed. But I think I like this one a little bit more. So, earth signs, emotion speaking, what's coming towards you? And it's the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Clearly what's coming towards you, I think, is an opportunity or situation where you will need to take care of yourself. You will have an opportunity to have self-care or to have special care. Maybe if you are involved with somebody already, you have date night, or you do something that really is for yourselves, that is building and caring. Why is this important? In this context, judgment reversed could be saying that this is really like a turning point in certain respects for a relationship or a situation, and that maybe there's a question really of whether or not each of you are on the same path or same realization of the path in terms of how you are partnered. So the opportunity or what's coming towards you is maybe as much self-care as about self-examination of yourself and or in relationship to a relationship, whereas it's important because there is some sort of turning point where you may have to consider real changes in how you feel about something emotionally or where you are at in a relationship. Boy, it almost sounds like all the signs are breaking up. Well, at least two of them are. So where does this lead to then, earth signs? And it's the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is upright. And so earth signs, it does seem like maybe there is an ideal that needs to be expressed and will express itself even with the sense of maybe making a sacrifice or giving up something. It's kind of interesting. So I think what I see is earth signs are really having to consider strongly where they're at in a relationship as opposed to their own sense of comfort even too. That maybe there's something here about a toxic relationship even, that judgment reverse could be saying that we have to view this relationship as toxic. That's where it's leading to, is like the self-examination and care of the first card. The Queen is telling us maybe it's time to part ways and that it's not really going to be easy. So what will that affirmation be? And of course, as broad as this is, this may not be exactly what's happening to all the signs, but there may be some sense of that maybe there are difficulties or philosophical differences or ideological differences in a relationship, and people may have to decide to settle on them. For long-established relationships that may not work out exactly the same way, we don't always abandon a relationship because suddenly we find out that somebody really has a very different value from us. But who knows, right? So, it is a pretty troubling set of cards there, and therefore it only seems appropriate that we get a message from heaven. Message from Heaven. Dearest one, have the courage to just be. Strive to know yourself. Acknowledge all you feel. Allow yourself to be the full expression of who you truly are. Let not others dictate what they think you should be. Above all, live and speak your truth. You have much to give the world by just being you. And I think that if Earth signs are not the winners of this week, as Banshee would say when she does her reading for financial situations, Earth signs seem to have some really interesting choices and some feelings of change that maybe really is fundamental, maybe hard, to wrap our heads around, the hangman there. But I think that message from heaven is kind of appropriate at this point, and I hope we can take that to heart, Earth signs. And any of these readings, you might be, a fire sign, but maybe you have your rising sign in water or your moon sign in earth. You can also listen to these messages too and feel, if there's any resonance there for you. I would, of course, appreciate knowing any of that. So leave us an email at tfttarotfortoday@gmail.com. And thank you for coming. Don't forget to watch tomorrow's happy hour. It is on at 10 a.m. Had to think about that. Also on Sunday, we'll have the Material Matters at 10 a.m. and then our live stream at 2 p.m. And then a whole week will start off, and I'll run that schedule here. So thanks once again for coming to the Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.